Sean, congratulations on your fifth win. It's the fifth win in 6 years.
Yes, thanks, Michelle. The scary thing is, first of all, how time flies. But, we've got to a stage where we've built up a great team, and that plays a massive role. But I think 5 is a proper number, where 1 or 2 you can get lucky. So I'm pretty chuffed with that milestone, and it's very rewarding.
What's been key to your success, but perhaps more importantly, being able to maintain such a high level of performance?
Well, I think your owner support is essential, that you've consistently got horses moving into the yard, especially when there are horses that aren't making the grade or past their best, that there are youngsters coming in all the time. And I've obviously been fortunate to have Chris van Niekerk who backs me up in a massive way. I've got a lot of other support too, but just that consistent numbers obviously keeps you going in the top division really. And obviously we've empowered our team, and that's essential. If I don't show up for some reason, if I end up in hospital or something like that, the show will go on. So that's been the two critical points that I focused on, and obviously planning.
Placing your horses correctly too?
Oh, it's a massive part of success, to understand the system itself and know where and why and how you're going to target a particular race, and what the consequences are after that race. So planning is essential, and placing your horses is part of it. Picking horses at the sale is part of it. So I think trainers probably don't realize how many avenues they have to be really good at to succeed.
You've trained many champions, but perhaps which have been more special to you?
Sure, that's a tough question. If I go back to the beginning, a filly like Golden Apple, who produced Pomodoro, obviously she's special in her own way and her own right. But I mean, I've had sprinters like National Colour, who I was fortunate enough to race overseas. Mythical Flight, who won his first 8 races. Carry On Alice, who won group races every year for 3 years. Horses like Successful Bidder, who was probably underrated but happened to beat Pocket Power and Dancer's Daughter over a mile. Yeah. It's a long list. Legal Eagle has been an absolute privilege to work with, and to be able to consistently deliver the performance that he did on, like continuously, is actually mind-blowing. Obviously, we've got Celtic Sea right now, so I've had really special horses, and it's been a privilege.
What races are there that you still want to win or win again?
There are a few Group 1s in the Cape that we haven't won as yet. Cold Skinnies, we got really close, didn't get the job done. Fillies, Guineas, Paddock Stakes. But other than that, I think we've won just about all the Group 1s there are to win. And obviously races like the July and the Met are very special races. And if we could win a couple more of each of those runnings, it would be wonderful.
Any targets and goals in going forward, particularly in the year ahead?
I think the year ahead is going to be really tough, and it's not about how much stakes we want to earn or how many group races we want. I think it's about survival, and I think it's about staying lean and mean. My business will reduce by at least a third, and you have to just react with the times and keep cutting the cloth to the clothes that you're making really. You've got to just focus on what you are able to have control over and able to change, and what's out of your control you have to just stop worrying about. So we will just be focusing on running a lean, mean, tight ship, and getting the job done as far as we can have influence over what's being done. The decisions that are being made out there that are above our heads, we have to leave it to those people to make those calls. We can't cut people down and attack them personally as the industry has shown they like to do. We've got to get rid of that and honestly start acting like professionals.
You're always known as someone who is so positive and in recent times very resilient. What words of encouragement do you perhaps have for people in racing right now?
You know, it's probably pretty hard to get everybody together. When you've got a positive mindset, you get the young guns on social media talking about kumbaya moments and, you know, rah-rah, that type of approach. And obviously you've got all people pulling in different directions. And whether they feel that the right action is being taken or the wrong actions are being taken, to pull in different directions and make us more fragmented than we already are, certainly not the answer. That I know for a fact. So we do need to get together. And I know, you know, it sounds cliche that just remain positive. And if we put people in certain positions, we have to support them until they fail or succeed. You can't take them to pieces before they've already had an opportunity to try and get the job done, because they're now distracted by the sideshows. Leave the sideshows alone. Let people get on with the job. And, you know, obviously, if we've got the wrong people in place in the industry, we need to identify that and rectify it soon enough. But I think we're getting to a time where we're not going to have that much more opportunity to get it right. So we need to get it right now. And to pull in different directions, I know for a fact is not going to get the job done. And I think all heads of the different avenues need to be a little more humble than they've been up to now.
Wise words. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.